quickly, puff me, D. Douglas.
Contest Toastmaster. Ladies and gentlemen, just imagine thousands of very cranky honeybees. And thanks to my husband, every one of them is cranky with me. The honeybee drama began when my husband announced, "I'm going to have a crack at beekeeping." Really? One doesn't have a crack at beekeeping. Bees can kill, especially someone like my husband. He takes shortcuts that end in disaster. There was his brother's gazebo. Now that one is infamously known as the Great Shortcut of 2002. Long story, but his brother still walks with a limp. And don't get me started on our cattle fences. He took so many shortcuts building those fences that our cattle now spend their days escaping through the fences and happily chomping on the neighbour's vegetable crop. The anonymous threats are getting serious. It appears that either the cattle or my husband could be made to disappear. So when he came home with a dilapidated beehive filled with bees, really bad-tempered, I was very quick to tell him I want nothing to do with either your beekeeping or those bees. They've got a really bad attitude. All went well until the honey removal. This honey removal was tackled with great enthusiasm, but like everything else he does, very little preparation. And trust me, robbing a beehive needs preparation. Under the lid there are rows and rows of honeycomb, and bees will fight to the death to protect that honey. But a beekeeper has a secret weapon, and that is a smoke puffer. Now, if volumes of smoke are puffed into the hive, the bees become drowsy, almost sociable. Rule number 1, and I repeat, a very important rule: the puffer must be filled with specific material so that it will smoke and not burn too quickly. The big day arrives, and he strides ever so proudly past the deck, all togged out in his snowy white beekeeper's outfit from eBay. And then he yells, "Don't go anywhere, I might need you." I don't think so. And then he disappears over the embankment to where the poor unsuspecting bees are waiting. He lights the puffer, but instead of smoke, a huge flame leaps out of the top. He panics, knocks it over and sets fire to the dry grass. "Bring the hose, bring the hose." I drag the heavy-duty, high-pressure fire hose over the hill and put out what is fast turning into a hearty bushfire. Meanwhile, back at the hive, the bees are becoming agitated. Their gentle hum is getting louder and louder. I tactfully suggest to my beekeeper that he just lets them settle down and come back later. He's in total panic mode now. "No, I've got the puffer sort of working, let's do it." Did you not get that? Two things wrong with that statement. The puffer sort of working and let's do it. I'll lift the lid and puff in the smoke and you pull out the honeycomb. He tries to lift the lid, but it's stuck, really, really stuck. Ignoring all rules about being quiet and calm around bees, he is now pushing and pulling on the lid and swearing at the top of his voice. The bee's hum is now an angry roar. Lid off, he puffs in the most pathetic swirl of smoke and says, "Pull out the honeycomb." Now out with the honeycomb comes thousands of bees, not one bit drowsy, and certainly not sociable. They were just really, really mad. In all of this chaos, I've broken some of the honeycomb, and I have honey all over the front of my clothing. Now this sends the bees into a feverish frenzy. They start attacking me. I throw down the honeycomb and I run, but the bees keep chasing me. They see me as one gigantic piece of honeycomb trying to escape. I circle back, and I'm praying that he's had time to relight the puffer. Quickly, puff me, puff me! Now he's run out of matches. Ladies and gentlemen, that night we sat on the deck in total silence. Not only was I traumatised from this whole honeybee adventure, but I've discovered I'm allergic to bee stings. One eye is totally closed up, my lips are puffed out, and my neck looks like a well-fed carpet snake. I am pumped full of antihistamines, and I'm not happy. He dares to break the silence. Peering into my swollen, disfigured face, he used words that only my husband would use at a delicate moment like this. Yeah, but overall it went well, didn't it?